Today we are back with some more Minecraft Skyblock here on Cosmic Sky. So the plan for today's video is to really just expand upon the island and make more money and get more things going on the island that I haven't done. So for example, I have a ton of glowberries that we haven't even placed yet. And if I'm gonna be honest, I want to set up a public kind of area for that. But that does require me to go ahead and buy some grass and dirt, which probably we're just gonna buy some dirt because that's the best option possible. Since last video, I did update the set a little bit. We got Arcane Blast 4 and Well-Fed 2 and Dodge 4 and Overload 1. And that's about all the updates to the set currently as of right now. So basically we need to make a platform where we're gonna put the glowberries hanging from the ceiling because that's how you place glowberries down. So we really quickly need to build this outwards. And then technically we need it to be up this tall. So I guess it could be hanging right here. Yeah. I just don't know where I want to put the permission block because I know I'm gonna be getting people to farm this for me because I do have a public warp, of course, and I would like to let people farm this and collect the loot if they want, or at least the crops, which we are going to be changing how the fishing public area works here in a bit. We just got to figure out this first. So we'll go ahead, grab out the glowberries, and as you can see, you hang them from here and then they grow eventually. Pretty simple concept. And we need to buy a permission block, and the reason we need to put it here is so we can hang a glowberry from this if I can. I don't think I can actually. I guess what I could do is just go ahead and break this and not even put a single thing there. That's probably the better option because then I only need one permission block for 2 layers. It just seems smarter to do that at least, and I'm only going to be making 2 layers anyways. So we'll go ahead and set it to public region, interact, what else? Farm fully harvested crops, and I think it's pickup items. I think that's what I did with all these. Yes, I did. The thing with glowberries is that they grow really quick, and that's actually a really good thing about them. So you can get a lot of island XP and just a lot of money from them overall. So I'm actually very happy that we are setting this up now. I've kind of neglected it over time, which I shouldn't have. I definitely should have had it going sooner than later. I'm gonna buy a bit of grass just so this platform eventually expands out into full-on grass itself. But we are gonna go ahead and set up the second layer because this permission block is 4 blocks tall, so it should reach up to this block here. So realistically, it should reach if you want to farm both layers. I guess I can go ahead and start placing these ones down, and then we're gonna buy a decent bit more of dirt so we can expand out this way and expand the island overall, because that is the goal eventually, to make a giant grass platform just so we have the area situated for it. We're also halfway to island level 8 now, and at level 9 I believe we get a new fishing tier for the public fishing farm, and we are going to be changing the fishing farm. I am going to set up a collection chest for like some of the best tiers of fish, but keep some tiers so people still make money and get the random loot. It just seems a little bit fair because I have gotten no gains from that, and people have been getting a ton of loot from it, so it just seems fair. And I also did get my hoe all the way to the max cap of being able to be a stone hoe and almost ready to be an iron hoe. We just can't level it up because it says in chat we need Lost Wasteland, which is not available for like another 2 days, so our hoe is pretty much capped out for now. But we can pretty much one-tap wheat and one-tap sweet berries pretty much, which is really good. So I farm these all the time just to get island XP, and the more island levels I get, the better fishing tiers that I can use for this public farm, so it's gonna be good. I also did claim a recipe known as salmon and greens. I did purchase it because there was a really cheap one, so I bought it and then just claimed it even though I could have resold it. To be fair, I don't really need it, but it's better to get it claimed than not have it claimed when I got it for really cheap. How much do glowberries even make? I have 26 here and I made $52, so they don't make too much, but it's definitely a lot of island XP, I'd assume, because sweet berries make quite a bit as well. So we're gonna set up the collection chest, but we need to purchase some island upgrades. If we go into IS upgrades, you can see that there is a specific upgrade known as Science, which gives us certain features, so we can get utility bots, resource autobots, and then the one we're looking for is collection chests and hoppers. So we're gonna spend 10,000 for the first level, 20,000 for the next, and then 50,000 for the next one, which is a big hit, but we'll make the money back if people are farming. So we'll grab out a collection chest here because I have 2 of them, and we're just gonna quickly go ahead, go up here, go up 1, and then put a collection chest down, and we're gonna collect fishing, and we'll do the salmon. That's the only thing I'm gonna collect for right now, at least, because I get 3 items, cod and tadpole and salmon, and realistically you make quite a bit out of all of them, so I'm just gonna take the salmon instead. Also, I'm noticing the glowberries are definitely making a ton of XP, way more than the sweet berries, so I'm actually really happy I got to place these down now. I did also manage to get a fisherman bread pet from Adventures, so basically it just gives buffs when I'm fishing, which I won't really be fishing too often, but it's best I have it anyways. And I used all my dust to get the Arcane Blast 4 because that is a really good gem. So I dusted it down to 10%, the lowest you can go with just dust, and it actually worked, which I'm really happy about. And I think I did that with Wellfed as well. Even though it's only level 2, it's still really good and I needed it. I think I will grab out a sign and specify that I'm only collecting salmon, just so people know, because, you know, I might as well specify it so in case they don't want to farm here. Okay, so we get a 0.2 every time we break one of these, which is disgustingly overpowered, for at least right now. So I gotta farm a lot of glowberries, I guess, because that can get us to level 9 on my island really quick, within like the next day. I've very much been neglecting the glowberries, and I kind of regret it now. Knowing its full potential, of course, it makes me a little upset that I neglected it. I'm also gonna buy this Enlightened 2 gem, because the thing is, I'm trying to save up to get Enlightened 2, and I finally found it, and it was 150k, and I bought the Deathbringer 2 I need, because they are like the last gems I need for Legendary on the set, at least from what I want. And then I do need Overload 2, which I'll get in the future, but we are seriously dead broke now. We have 11,000, which is not great. So I'm gonna come back in a while. I'm probably gonna adventure and get my island level up by farming glowberries, because I definitely need to do that so I can start getting to level 9 or even level 10, just because it may be possible, but we'll see. So I'll be back here in a moment. So after a decent bit of doing things on the island, I did come to a decision that we cannot use a collection chest over top of the fishing farm. It was intended that we aren't supposed to be collecting that. I did make a bug report for it because apparently it wasn't collecting anything, and turns out it's intended that they don't want us to collect public loot. So I guess it makes sense, but it also is quite annoying that I upgraded the island upgrade for science, but eventually I will need it, so it's not the end of the world. I was gonna buy it at one point eventually, but what I want to do is go ahead, fill out the whole island. We have 1.3 million, and I think it's best we just go fill out the whole island with a ton of dirt and grass. And I think we're gonna organize everything, so we are gonna start picking up all of our stuff and moving everything around, and we're gonna make things a little bit chunk-based, because chunk-based things are just way better to have. It's overall very effective and just a smart idea. We are gonna move around the farms as well, because I do want to just move a ton of stuff around. That is at least the plan. We're gonna get rid of the rabbit spawners for the time being, which I do have a ton of these. And also, I did forget to mention, I did get a lucky mask. We do now have one. If you do slash masks, you can see what they do when you do obtain them. I bought one off of the auction house for like almost 200,000, I think it was. But basically, if you have a 50% gem, it says there, it'll be 48%. So basically reduces it by 2%. So if I get a gem down to 10%, it can go down even lower to 8 with this mask on. So it's good when applying gems to have it. And I also did manage to purchase enough pages for a coal fuel recipe, so we are going to claim that, and we are also going to be claiming glowtorch, because I did purchase that as well for very cheap. And then I got a fisher mask, so when I'm fishing here, we will be able to actually get some better loot and island XP, because I am going to start fishing way more often and keeping the warp closed / open at the same time, like kind of opening and closing it, occasionally fishing. We'll see, but we are going to claim this fisher mask or fisherman mask, and there we go. We got that going. I did purchase these before the prices went up, so it was a wise choice that I did that. And I did apply a few more gems to my axe. We have Boss Slayer 3 now, Hitless Hunter 1, and Bloodletting. Bloodletting basically just gets more damage done to a mob while taking its health and transferring it to me. And then Boss Slayer 3 just does more damage to the captains. And then Hitless Hunter adds more hit list, which is on your tab. So when you press the tab key, there should be a hit list of specific types of mobs. It basically gives double when it procs, which is really good. But yeah, I'm gonna destroy everything that doesn't need to be placed down right now, and then we'll move it to specific chunks, because I feel like that's a better option. And I'm gonna put the cooked rabbit in here for the time being, because I don't really know where else to put it. So since we're island level 9, our island does expand every time we level up, so eventually we'll have to expand it every few island levels. But for now, we're gonna get the current size of island level 9. So where is the dirt blocks? Oh, they're right here. Let's buy a decent bit, get some from my chest as well, and we're just gonna expand out and see how far I need to go with this. I currently don't have fly with skill tokens, which is kind of annoying, and that's like really far down the road, and I'm not willing to get that right now, so we're just gonna build manually like this. Even though flying is technically building manually, it's easier, if I'm gonna be honest. The reason I want to move everything though is because having chunk-based areas is just smarter, and it's just so much more efficient if you're using introducing collection chests and trying to set up automation in the future. So I want to prepare all of that so it's not going to be a big issue. And I'm going to have public farms still. I just need to set up a different permission block setup, I think is the idea I'm going to go with. But it has to be based off of chunks still, so it's going to take a little bit of effort to set up. But definitely I'm glad I got the coal fuel recipe, because eventually it's going to be difficult to get that. And the reason for that is because less people are now running the chain adventure, and they've started moving to the iron adventure because they have unlocked the map in the adventure. So basically there's people running in here and less in chain, which technically means I can get more airdrops, but it still means I'm technically far behind on the fact that I don't have a second adventure map. So we gotta grind for that. But the problem with that is it's like 600k per page because they're so hard to come by. So it's not very great, if I'm gonna be honest. So far this side of the island is done on its length. Now we're just doing this side, which I've gotten really far out on this side as well. It's just a matter of getting all the way down there. I'm just wanting area to work with and know how much space I have to work with before I start building anything big on the island that may need a lot of space. Because doing big projects without a lot of chunk space is really bad, because you could mess it up and might have to redo it all. So that's why I wait on it and then eventually start doing it, because it's smarter, at least for a solo perspective. While we're doing this, I'm also going to keep farming glowberries, because these things give a ton of XP still, even though we're level 9, and I would like to gain XP while doing things on the island. They grow back so quick, it's definitely worth farming glowberries as much as you can. Okay, so this side is also done, so we just need to do 2 more sides of the island. All right, so now we just have this section, and then we are pretty much done. The only thing is we gotta wait for a lot of the area to turn into actual grass, because I'm not gonna start building on this unless it's actual grass, because from what I know on the server, it doesn't despawn the grass like when you place a block on top of it, but when there's nothing on it, it just stays dirt, and I'd rather not there be dirt on the island. Like, that's kind of annoying. I just want things to look pretty neat and kind of organized, I guess you could say. All right, and we are done. So the length of our island is pretty big. I can't lie, we have a ton of room to work with. It's just a matter of situating where I want everything to be, and of course letting all this grass grow. So I'll probably do some adventure runs, get some more loot and more things to work with before we start doing anything. So I'll give you guys an update here in a moment. So the grass is finally grown, and we're gonna go ahead and start removing the farms and moving them to a different spot. So we're gonna go into toggle, go to island, turn this one on so we can shift and break all the crops and start moving them to different areas that I want to set up currently. Each layer apparently has a stack and 7. Oh my gosh. So that's 2 stacks and 14 just right here being used currently. I completely forgot there was one on the top that we could literally place down. So technically it's 15. So now we got to get rid of the sweet berries. So I removed all the crops. We're just going to go ahead and put them in my PB. Probably would be a wise idea. And we're going to get rid of the permission blocks. We'll technically keep them in case we need this size of permission block. I probably won't be using many of these, but you know, it is what it is. And we'll get all the sea lanterns because we're going to need these again. Okay, so I got rid of the bottom layer. So now we just need to go ahead and start filling this all back in again. Just so then it all turns to grass, of course. That is the plan. Now it's time to get rid of all the layers above this because we don't really need this anymore. We're gonna build it somewhere else and just out of the way in different chunks, of course. So we got rid of this part. Now we got to get rid of this one. So I turned on F3 and G, and I think we have enough room to use permission blocks in this area here. Because if we look in shop, I want to see what permission blocks we have. And we have 16 by 16. And I kind of want to make like chunks of these. But we also have 8 by 8s, which are probably cheaper. Yeah, we want 8 by 8s. Or technically it's a radius, so it's 8 from where the block is in every direction. So we technically would want that, of course. Okay, so I've come to the decision that we are going to build the farms on this side of the island because it's lined up with the corner properly, and then when it expands, it'll eventually be a full chunk. So for the time being, it won't be like a full-on chunk of crops. Like we're going to be missing out here, here, and then all the way across to there. It is what it is. We're going to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I guess we put it right here. So if we went up about 8 blocks tall, we could put it right here and then have more area to work with. So we're going to turn on public region, interact, pick up items, and farm fully grown crops. So basically everything in this chunk works out perfectly. Now we just need to set up multiple of these. So it would go up to about here. So this is 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. We can place it here, copy the permissions again. There we go. Permissions are done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the permission block. There we go. We got it all situated. We just need permissions again, and there we go. We're done. So these chunk areas will technically have our farms, and people can still farm from them. It's just going to be built in a different layout, I guess, is the way I want to go about this. So we are going to be using waterlogged slabs to figure out where we want to put our water, of course. So we're going to grab a bit more wood, and we'll make some more slabs, and then we need a water bucket. So we're going to buy a bucket of water for 1,000. As you can see, this is the borders, so the water doesn't flow, which is good. And now I'm going to grab out my hose so we can kind of figure out where everything is going to go. I'm just trying to make this the best way I can possibly make it, for me at least. That is my goal. So we're tilling all the land. It just needs to be enough to where water gets inside of every single block, and it's going to still be within these chunks, of course. So this is going to be the wheat layer, and then I have an idea for the sweet berries to make sure people can actually run and farm them a little bit more efficient. Okay, these are the last 4 pieces of water we need to be placed into here. So we're going to go ahead and place all the water in, and some of the water, of course, is going to be on the outside. As you can see, it's not in the chunk that we're working with. That's in case we do make another chunk, but we'll see. Okay, so we're done with all the tilling of the wheat layer. I guess that means we can go ahead, grab out all our seeds, and start placing them on this side of the island. We'll start from the very end and just work our way over to the other side. That is at least the plan. So I'll keep expanding upon it with all the seeds I do collect, or at least purchase as well, because I do purchase some occasionally if they're good pricing. I haven't mentioned this video at all, but if you are considering buying anything on the store, consider using my creator code. It's all in the description, so if you want to go down below in the description. But if you are going to buy anything, consider using my code. It would support me, and I'd really appreciate it. All right, so we're done with the seeds. I just need to go ahead, fix this one, and then we're good. So we still have a lot more seeds we need to fill this, but that's not a worry for right now. So the next part of our plan is pretty simple. We go up about this tall, and we're going to build a giant platform again, and that's going to be 4 sweet berries. So we do need to get some grass blocks eventually here, just so it spreads all over the floor. And I think on each side of the farm area, I'm going to have like a platform for people to climb ladders and stuff or go upstairs. I'm not too sure which one I'm going to choose, but definitely I'm going to have a way for people to access the second layer or third layer, depending on what crops they want to farm. I also just remembered we need a lot of lighting here, so we do need these sea lanterns. That would probably be smart because we are using wheat here. Just for safety precautions, I'm going to put one down right in the center, or pretty much close to center, because it's technically a 4-block center. I guess I can do 4 blocks. It's not an issue, but definitely I do want to make sure there's enough lighting so we don't have any issues. Okay, so all the lights are down. We should be pretty much situated with lighting. Now we need to fill this all in, so I'm going to make a temporary staircase to get up here. I think is probably a good idea, so I can start filling this all in. And there we go. We're done. So I got the sweet berries out, and we are done the layer now. We do need to get a little bit of grass, so we're going to buy like maybe 5 blocks and just place them down randomly so that grass will eventually spread here. To put the sweet berries down, I think I'm just going to make it a full-on chunk of sweet berries. I was going to do it strategically, but honestly, I want it to look nice, and them all being clustered up actually looks kind of good. All right, we should be done with the sweet berries if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we are. So I've noticed with the permission blocks, they are 1 block too tall for where I want to place the glow berries. So we are going to break this and place it down 1, which realistically doesn't affect much. So we have to do it for every chunk though. So I am going to go ahead and try and do this for every single one. I have adjusted everything because I want it to be on the same layer that they're running on and breaking the glow berries. So I kind of needed to move it down 1 so they don't run into that. It just would be a smarter option. So I'm going to take a quick cut, and then we're going to work on potatoes and then also the glow berries to get those done. So I'll be right back in a moment here. So currently right now, I am just going ahead and building the next layer. Technically, I've built a layer already, but basically I am trying to build the layer where the glow berries will hang from. And then we also need to set up on the layer where they're hanging from the potato farm. So my plan is to go ahead and set that up as well. We just need a lot of water, and it's going to be a lot of walking back and forth since I don't have a lot of buckets, which I guess I could go ahead and just purchase like 3 more just to make it quicker. All right, and we are pretty much done here now, so there we go. So now that I'm remembering, each one of these has to have a little layer under it, as you can see, of just a slab, because the water will leak downwards, and we don't want that, of course. That would obviously be a big disaster, so we might need a little bit more slabs, but other than that, we should be fine. All right. right, let's go ahead, set this up, and then we do that. There we go. So I think what I'm gonna do is lay out the next few that I need to put down, because then it's just easier to know where they're supposed to go. I'm also gonna get a bit of grass here, get like a stack, and that's about it. And I do need to expand out here so we can build this layout for these two specific spots, because I technically have this in a weird way that the water is technically supposed to be out here, so I need to put water here. It's just a little annoying, but it'll work. Okay, so now I just need water from what it seems to fill those in. So we'll grab all our water buckets. I'm glad I bought the extra ones because it's just saving so much time. Okay, so we need a total of 4 more buckets and then we're done, and we have 4 more slabs, so it works out perfectly. Then we can go to the top and till the land for the potatoes, which is really nice. So we're gonna go ahead, grab out the glowberries and start placing these down. So let's get these going. And then of course we have to go ahead and go to the top and till the land and then place the potatoes. I can't wait to fill this all in with like all the specific crops. It's gonna look so nice. But as you can see, the glowberries are already growing in, which is just so fast. Yeah, we already got 4 and there's probably gonna be 5 soon. It's just crazy. But anyways, we're gonna go to the top and start tilling all the land. Also, one thing we're gonna need is lights, of course, so sea lanterns. We're done that, so we're gonna grab out all the potatoes and start getting these placed. We don't have many because we quite literally can't get too many unless we buy them off of players, which is still very pricey, and that's just gonna be too much effort. So we're done placing all those down. That's literally all we have. Now we just need to set up the lights and the ladder area and we're good. And then we're gonna build this up in the corner, a little area to get up. So we'll go ahead and build this on every single side. And then we put ladders going all the way up, of course, and then we'll have different layers to where you can stop at. It's pretty simple. So like right here is gonna be a layer, and then we have another layer right here, of course, and then we have the last one at the top currently. So last but not least, we're gonna go ahead, grab some sea lanterns. We'll get a full stack because I might need more in the future. So we'll go all the way to the top of the ladder and we're gonna set up the lighting, which honestly shouldn't take too long to set this up. And there we go, we are done. We have set up the farms. We finally got potatoes going. We made a bulk area for where we can start putting more seeds down, so we can start getting more island XP in bulker amounts. It's just gonna be so much better. Honestly, I might not set up the rabbits this video. I think we've done a lot. This video's been long enough. That being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video. I appreciate all the support recently, and I will see you all in the next one.